Hello, everybody. What is going on? Oh, man. The Vancouver Canucks are on an absolute heater right now, winning the game 5-4 against the Boston Bruins out of all teams. It's always fun to beat the Boston Bruins, by the way. Always a good time beating the Boston Bruins. By the way, shout outs to all the people that are in here already. Let me know who is in here. Get your comments. Drop a like on this stream. You guys can become members, subscribe, super chats, whatever you guys want to do. Let's talk some Vancouver Canucks hockey. It's going to be great. So let's get straight to the comments right off the bat. As a Wild fan, I'm glad these three are doing amazing for the Canucks. Yeah, man. The Wild have been undefeated. The Canucks are undefeated since the trade went down. It's pretty remarkable what is actually happening with this team. They're playing as a unit. It's unbelievable, man. It really is. I hope both teams prosper because of the trade. Hey, nice to have you here. Minnesota Wild fan at hi. What's up, my brother? How's it going? We got Jude in here, man. What's happening, man? What's happening? Maybe trading Quinn was a good idea. It was a good idea in the sense he didn't want to stay here, so we got futures for him. The thing is, though, wow, look what we got. We are going to be, this is going to be a fan-happy Ogren stream. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be heavy Ogren talk because he was unreal tonight. So, like, do we make a run now and not go for tank? I don't know if we'll go that far, but it's nice to see them win, man. It really is. It's a good camaraderie. And look, it's the young guys really coming through, right? This is the most important. Like, if you're going to win games, have the young guys have these big moments, right? That's the most important thing right now, right? Angelo, what's going on, buddy? Nice to have you in here. Roy's in here as well. 7 rounds of shooters in the shootout. Yeah. Lankinen is one of the best shootout goalies in the league. Adam Lee is in here. Always a pleasure to have you in here, Adam. He says, tank. Gonna lose the lottery. Guys, it's way too early for that. Either win or lose. It's so early, guys. Like, we still have like more than half the season here. Let's not think we're gonna be going like a 20-30-0, but it's nice to see the Canucks go out and win, man. Like, it's just nice to see, to be honest. It's the young guys leading the charge, which is the most important. And guys, like, it's not all bad. Like, Kane is raising his trade value, for example. Sherwood's raising his trade value. These are important things moving forward as well. So yeah, maybe getting a top 3 pick is looking a little bit less likely with every game, but you know, we are going to get some value around the edges as well. So there's something to think about as well. I'm hoping for a Wild vs. Canucks Western Conference final. Wouldn't that be a crazy turnaround? Brutal shootout for both teams. Screw the tank. Let's ride this as far as we can. Nice having you here, man, Jats. Lankinen is supposed to be tanking it. Not in the shootout, man. He's one of the best shootout goalies in the league. We're going to play just good enough not to get into the playoffs and get 25th pick instead of the top 3. I don't think it's going to get that far, Adam, to be completely honest. We're picked 12. This team is so stupid. A lot of people, yeah, there are some people that are upset that we're pulling off these victories. But again, it's the young guys that are pulling these victories for us, man. That there's development curves there. Of course I want a top 5 pick, man. I get it. But it's not like DeBrusk is scoring 4 goals a night. You know what I mean? Like, it's guys who are either trying to raise trade value or guys that are young and learning the systems and stuff. So that's not a bad thing. I don't understand why the owner is always so concerned about playoff money. The guy's a billionaire or whatever. I wouldn't know what to even say about that because I never had that type of money before. Billions and millions of dollars. Wouldn't that be nice, though? Our highest paid forwards, Besser, Garland, DeBrusk, last 10 to 14 and 10, 12 games have 4 goals combined. Slow and small. Bottom line, guys, pulling this team in the winning streak is unsustainable. Yeah, we will talk about it. By the way, we will talk at length about the game. We're going to talk at length about, of course, like who played well, who didn't play well. There's some really interesting stuff in the box score as well I wanted to share with you guys. It was a really interesting game, but it looks like the comment section's hot tonight. It looks like you guys want to talk, which is nice to see. So keep the comments going. We have a ton of people in here already on Twitter and on YouTube. Nice to have you guys here. Roy says the biggest bad irony would be if the Canucks make the playoffs, knock the Avs out of the playoffs for the Wild, then Wild go to win a cup, or we go on a crazy heater. We face the Wild eventually in the playoffs, and we beat the Wild. Run by Zeev, Ogren, and Rossi leading the charge. Wouldn't that be something? Nice to have you in here, Tony. I don't believe I've seen you in here. Welcome, my friend. Canucks are in a perfect storm. Let's now enjoy the ride. Quinn Hughes. That's really tough to say for some reason. Quinn Hu. This is what happens when we get rid of players that don't give a shit and only cry about themselves. Way to go, Canucks. You are noticing a camaraderie with this team. That's one thing I can definitely notice. They're definitely playing for each other, and they're moving the puck around a lot more as a team. And it's nice to see, man. This team clearly right now, like you say, they care. They care and they want to win. And even though we were losing a ton of games, let's not kid ourselves. We weren't playing that brutal. I mentioned it during a lot of those losing streaks and a lot of those games. I said we were putting in decent efforts. We weren't getting the W's. But they were putting in decent efforts, and these decent efforts are continuing. Tonight's game was an entertaining game, man. It was a pretty damn entertaining game. When was the last team tank went all the way to the playoffs? The St. Louis Blues, they won the Stanley Cup. That was probably the last time I remember that, right? The team is better off without Hughes. It's debatable, but as a team, they're playing better right now. I think that's fair to say. Nice to hear you, Sith. Nice having you here. The team relied on and center played around him too much. And now that he's gone, responsible for each player has gone up and play more as a team than a football team here. They are playing more as a team. It is noticeable. But, like, guys, we lost Quinn Hughes. He's the second best defenseman in the year. He dictates the gear. Like, I'm not going to go out in here and say we're a better team without Quinn Hughes. I don't think that's the right way to say it. I just think we're playing better as a team, and we filled in some pretty significant holes with this trade on wing and on center, right? Like, and then we had Buyam, who's just continues to play great hockey to be a little bit of that Quinn Hughes replacement temporarily for now, right? I'm excited to see what happens with Petey since he can't consistently rely on him passing on Quinn Hughes on the power play. That's an interesting take. All right, keep your comments going, guys. Let me just do a quick recap here. Morgan Geekie got the first goal. Charlie McAvoy and Elias in Lindholm, ex-Canuck Lindholm, really good in the playoffs for us, I got to say. 1-0 Boston. Max Sasson, assisted by fan favorite right now, Liam Ongren and Carlson, who both had absolutely great nights tonight. Man, did they ever. Who do you guys want to talk about first? Let me know in the comments. Carlson gets a goal there, assisted by a Vander Kane, who's continuing to raise his value. He's playing some good hockey these days. And at the intermission, I think it was Bieksa and a few other guys mentioned that Kane's really turned it on a little bit recently as he's getting going. And I think a playoff team might be interested now. We might be getting a little bit more than we originally thought. He's been playing good hockey. And Hronek, once again, another point, another good night for Hronek. But the defense tonight as a whole was erratic, I think, fair to say it. Canuck that never became a Canuck, Pavel Zacha, got the goal. Zadorov, ex-Canuck. We love Zadorov, man. Like, come on. We love the guy. Well, I do. I still love Zadorov, man. He all that stuff he did in the playoffs for us. He was a beast for us. And he still says nice things about Vancouver from time to time. Casey Middlestat with the second assist. That was a 2-2 goal. Tanner Jeannot, noticeable this game. Assisted by, I'm not sure who he got assisted. I can't read it very well. But Minton got the secondary one. And, man, what a trade for Boston. They traded Carlo, I believe, and they got a first rounder of Minton. And Minton's been good, man. Minton's been good for Boston. That was a hell of a trade. Carlson with the goal made it 3-3. Marco Rossi gets his first point as a Vancouver Canuck. Offensively tonight, Marco Rossi was solid. Defensively, though, suspect. Probably the first game where I've actually noticed him in not just a positive light. I think there was a few negatives with Marco Rossi tonight, but overall, he did get his first point tonight, and it's not easy to stop in the Boston Bruins. But there was a few turnovers there. I think it's pretty fair to say that he would like to have back. Liam Holmgren makes it 4-3, his second goal now. Marcus Pettersson, Jake DeBrusk with the assist. DeBrusk, I would like to see more from him, but he did pick up a point, so I'm never going to complain about that. And we'll talk about Besser in a bit here. But Liam Holmgren, man, he's been great since the trade. And I said it, guys. I said it. I said some of these guys weren't getting proper opportunities. In Minnesota, in those 19 games he played, he had the no points, right? He was playing 7 minutes a night on the fourth line, getting no real opportunities. Now, Adam Foote has been playing him some nights 7 minutes as well, but not tonight. And I'm going to look at the box score, and I'm going to get this up for you guys because there's no way he was under 10 minutes tonight. He must have played more. He was so noticeable tonight. I would think he was probably our best player tonight. I think that's pretty fair to say. So let me get this up for you guys. All right, let me get this up right now here. Boom. All right, so I'm going to put this up real quick. Oh, wait, let me finish the scores here. And then Andrew Peak scored to tie it up 4-4 in overtime. A lot of people missed except for Ogren. Once again, another beautiful goal. God, man, this is going to be a lot of positivity coming from Ogren here on this. So let's get this up right now. All right, there you have it. Tonight, Ogren played 12 minutes. So, yes, +2, 12 minutes, 1 goal, 1 assist. Really good. Carlson, 13 minutes there, 3 points. Yeah, real good. All right, while you guys can look at this, let's get back to the comment section. Where are we? I think we're right. Yeah, right here. All right, Sif, somebody tell Lankinen he has to actually let in goals to get in high draft picks. Last team tap went playoffs with St. Louis Blues, I believe. Team better off Quinn. We talked about that. The team relied on. We talked about that. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. Kind of thing. Amazing to see the new guys putting up consistent points. Yes, very much so. At 2 points, I believe you're new here. Welcome. Nice to have you in here, my friend. Torn between hoping for tanking and keep rolling. Just entertaining games. I want entertaining games. Of course, I want to see them win, but just give me some entertainment. Right now, we're getting a ton of entertainment, but I'm never going to say, I'm never going to be like, lose this game. I think it's too early in the season for that. We're not eliminated from the playoffs. Maybe wait a little bit longer for that until we have those conversations. But, of course, I'm on the rebuild plan, right? I'm just not on, we have to lose every single game plan. I think you can get there's some benefits of winning, too. It's not just the draft pick. Of course, getting the high draft pick would be the best case scenario. But, it's guys, the trade value guys are scoring right now. It's the young guys that are pushing. That's important as well. Hughes' puck possession stats were a great reflection of his skating and hands, but when one player dominates the puck like that, it hurts the flow of the team. Debatable, especially with how good Quinn Hughes is. I think talent matters a lot. Minnesota's a really talented team. I think that puck possession style really works for a team like Minnesota as well. It would be a great kind of thing to look back on in the future, for sure. Love Ogren, play him more. I agree. The new kids are all right. Damn right. The appliance repair, our number one appliance repairman. Canucks hockey's fun again. It has been fun, eh? Carlson needs to get re-signed ASAP. I wouldn't mind that at all. By the way, tons of people in here, almost 180 people on Twitter. We have 20 people on YouTube. So sweet. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here, man. Always a pleasure. All right, next up we have, what do we got here? Uh-oh. I lost it. There we go. Carlson needs to get re-signed. Our brightest fours, Brock Besser, Garland, DeBrusk, understand what tanking means. All right, so let's talk about some of the negatives, because we've talked a lot of positives so far. 20 minutes in, tons of positivity. Let's talk about some of the negatives. Brock Besser tonight was not good. I hate to say it. You guys know how much I love the guy. wasn't his best game. Wasn't skating that hard. Or maybe that's not the best way to put it. It's not that he wasn't skating hard, just a lot of weird mistakes. Some of the decision making was kind of suspect tonight. He didn't have a good game. Garland tonight, for one of the few times this season, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. He just didn't create a lot tonight. Garland tonight. Didn't see much there offensively. Defensively, I thought he was fine, but offensively, there wasn't much created there, and I think it's pretty fair to say that Besser and Garland tonight had off nights. Besser needs to start picking it up here soon. It's time. We need him to start scoring, and I'm not too worried about it. I think he will start scoring soon. He's too good of a hockey player. But no, tonight wasn't his best night. Jake DeBrusk had a few moments that he was noticeable. He did pick up a point, which I will never criticize a player for picking up a point. It's important to get on the score sheet. So that is a positive for sure. But would like to see more from him. But this is what Jake DeBrusk does, right? He goes on a heater, he disappears, goes on a heater, disappears. So we'll see if this continues on with DeBrusk. Guys, get your comments in to the post-game show. It's amazing to have you guys in here with us. Get your comments on the right side. If you're on Twitter, you can leave a comment on there as well. It does show up on the screen as well. That would be great for you guys to jump in. Great win. I can even put this up for a minute here. Great win, but if you look at the history of Lankinen's games this year, we have to score 4 to 5 goals a game to win with him in net, except one game. Lankinen's an interesting case this year. I think he would be the first person to say that he hasn't been playing that well. But you know what? I'm going to give him some credit tonight. I thought he was really good in the first 2 periods. Wasn't great in the third, but man, he was really good in overtime. He made a number of key saves, and he was great in the shootout. So Lankinen tonight deserves some credit. He did help us get this win tonight, and I think it's really important to mention there. But overall, I think it's pretty fair to say he hasn't been great this season. We'd like to see a little bit better of a second half from him. The Jabroni, we are back, he says. Sith says, I'm not saying Quinn is a bad player, but he wasn't the right fit for our team that was struggling in spots, and his puck possession still hurts us rather than uplifted us. Jabroni says, plan the parade. Sith, our team in particular is better without him at this point. Ratu should have been on every face-off in overtime in the power play. I did notice that one play, or early on, I think it was right in overtime. Very first face-off, he wasn't taking it. It was Rossi. I'm pretty sure Rossi got killed in the face-offs tonight. Let me see here. Yeah, Rossi was 26%. I'm not exactly sure what the exact score, but Rossi got killed tonight. I actually agree with that. Ratu should have been put into more of those face-off rules tonight. He had like 7 or 8 hits tonight. Let me take a quick look. He had 8 hits tonight, but kind of low-key not as noticeable too. Like he was kind of a mix of noticeable and unnoticeable, but he did win some key face-offs, which was important. And Ratu tonight, again, like on the face-off, 75% for Ratu. Like that's what matters there with Ratu, right? Good comment, though. Man, how many goals have been taken away from us this year? One from Marcus Pettersson today. Yeah, that was a no-goal, too, by the way. It was off the glove pretty clearly. I agree. Remember when I said we can still make the playoffs? Hey, Victoria, man. If we make the playoffs, Victoria, you are one of the very few. Because remember, we needed to go on like a 116-point pace. I held on until basically they basically said we're going to rebuild. Then, of course, we still go on a heater. But hey, if we make the playoffs, man, oh man, I might pin you on like the next week of posts or videos for sure, because that would be an amazing call. Rossi had the most time on ice for all forwards by 4 minutes. Very interesting. Let me take a look at that. Marco Rossi, yeah, almost 24 minutes tonight. 26 shifts for Marco Rossi tonight. So maybe that's why we noticed him a little bit defensively, having a little issues, but offensively, I thought he looked good. Picked up the point too, which is really nice. Rossi point is great to see. I agree. Honestly, I think Ogren has top line potential. You all know who he reminds me of? And guys, I'm not saying he's going to become this player, but he's only 21 years old, guys. He's 21 years old. We got to throw that out there. And obviously, the Minnesota Wild didn't I don't know what the hell happened that he didn't get proper opportunities, but he's getting more minutes now, and he's going to continue to get more minutes and opportunities here in Vancouver, and he's showing it. And I got to say, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Alex Tuck. That's who he reminds me of. Just straight line, physical with decent hands, makes plays but has a good shot. That's who he reminds me of. I'm not saying he's going to be as good. I'm just saying that's who he reminds me of. They really should count the shootout goals as goals. Interesting. I wonder what you guys think about that as well, actually. Hey, 1 goal, 1 assist, shootout winner, buddy. Get it right. That's right. What I mentioned the 2 points. What are you talking about? Come on, Meg. I mentioned the shootout as well. I just asked Minnesota to start losing. Yeah, that pick's getting worse for us. But everybody is winning right now. Literally everybody. It's pretty wild. Rossi kind of sucked, though. Yeah, in the face-offs. Yeah, for sure. Ratu, 75% on the dot. Did not play Ratu on a power play for face-offs. It depends. Like, you can't have him play on the first power play unit just for face-offs. But in situational awarenesses, I agree. Penalty killing, I would like to see him there. Drew O'Connor, ice cold. Another guy that kind of reminds me of DeBrusk in the sense of, like, either he's a heater or he's not so much. Besser never got possession because Rossi could not win a face-off. Same with Garland. Fair enough. Besser has 2 goals in the last 17 games. Yeah, Brock Besser needs to start picking it up here for real. He's struggling a bit out there, but I believe in Brock. I always have, always will. Also, I got to mention this. Brock Besser is my wife's favorite player. Honey, Brock Besser, your favorite? Yes, you hear that? There you go. Back-to-back game. I don't think players' mistakes should be looked at as much for what should have been scheduled loss. The fact that it was supposed to be a scheduled loss on a back-to-back to play that hard and beat a very good Bruins team, like, if that's a big, massive confidence builder. I can't even speak. Look at stats when they didn't get possession off the draw. Besser and Garland suck. Give them Ratu. Interesting. Kevin with the takes there. Good point on the back-to-back. Yeah, good point. Galactic Waffle Hero. I don't believe I've seen you here before. Great name. Nice to have you in here. Can't have all All-Star night games. Even Hughes had its night off. I agree. If Lankinen played like this in the shootout, Canucks would never have resigned Demko. He's so wild and loses his crease too often for tap-ins. So what did PA and JR and FA do? Okay. Francesco Aquilini, Patrick Alvin, and Jim Rutherford. Okay, what did they do? What do you mean? What do you mean, what did they do? We're on a 150-point pace. Yeah, we certainly are on a bit of a heel. Actually, we're on a ridiculous pace. My mouse is not working all of a sudden. You know who's only 20 years old? Vilmer Eriksson. Hey, Abbotsford Canucks are playing better recently, too, by the way. That's important to mention. Didn't he have this season? Yeah, he had no points, but he wasn't getting the opportunities there. And sometimes you need a bit of that shot in the arm, and that's exactly what they gave him. And Ogren's been unreal, man. Only thing that could have been better at this game, Sherwood got another 3 goals and Boston gave us. So I actually got some cool news to share with you guys. I recorded a video yesterday. I'm going to be posting it tomorrow morning. A Sherwood kind of like trade proposal type, like what he could get, which teams could be targets for him. I didn't record it by myself. I actually got Canucks Army executive editor, just an awesome guy, Tyson Cole, to do it with us. Another guy from the Canucks Army helping out this community and doing videos together. Look out for it tomorrow morning. It's going to be, I hope you guys really enjoy the video. It's like 30 minutes of just awesome trade, Sherwood, awesome talk, man. I hope you guys enjoy that video coming up. It's going to be great. But I'm ready to sign Sherwood for 6 years. Yeah, well, if we're not signing him, right? It depends on what you're signing him for, right? I saw a decent proposal for Sherwood actually a few days ago from Carolina. What was it? I'd love to hear that. All right, let's get to some of the stats of the game here. Shots weren't great. 22 shots, 42 for the Boston Bruins. Again, Lankinen, first 2 periods, really good. Great in the shootout, great in overtime. Face-offs tonight, Boston killed us, 61%. over 39%. Power play, Boston was 1 for 3. Canucks were 1 for 4, which is nice to see them score. Penalty minutes, not a very physical game. Zadorov got hit by Sherwood a few times. And Kane hit him a few times. They were going at it a bit there. Penalty minutes 8 to 10. Hits 29. Physical game tonight when it comes. Not so much penalty minutes, but physical in the sense of a lot of hitting. Boston with the 20. I wonder how many Sherwood got. Let's take a look. Sherwood, just an only 5 hits for Sherwood tonight. So a little bit of a slacker tonight. Yeah, right. Block shots, 15 for the Vancouver Canucks, 11 for the Boston Bruins. Giveaway, 16 for both teams. Tons of giveaways tonight from both teams tonight. And takeaways, 5 and 6. Jabroni says, I hope this recent road play can carry over to the home barn. Yeah, would be nice, right? The fans deserve to see some fun, good, entertaining hockey. And even a win would be nice to see at home, To Carolina, so this was the proposal that was talked about. Kiefer Sherwood, retained or not retained, to Vancouver for Unger Sorum. Oh, God, that pronunciation is probably the worst ever. A first rounder from the Dallas Stars, which is top 10 predicted, and a third rounder. As long as, I've said it before and I'll say it again, as long as we get a first round draft pick for Sherwood or 2 second rounders, I would be satisfied with the trade. But after seeing what Mason Marchment, did you guys see Mason Marchment? Let me bring this up real quick. Look at this. So this is the Mason Marchment trade yesterday. Columbus Blue Jackets got Mason Marchment for a second, 2027, and a fourth. And Sherwood is basically a better version. Now he's maybe not as big, or he's not as big, but he's a better version of Mason Marchment, and he scores at a much higher clip. If Marchment's getting a second and a fourth, you would think Sherwood can get either a first or a couple of seconds. I would be pretty surprised if you can't get that, personally. Right? Interesting trade there. Sith, thanks for sharing. I love when we win games with half the shots of other teams. Love when Durant's PDO logic is faulty. The PDO thing does have logic, but I think you have to watch kind of watch the game and sometimes and see. But I love Durant's, man. I know he's very controversial sometimes with his takes, because he does go and does some hot takes from time to time. But you know what? I've had chit chats with him. They're private. I'm not going to share too much, but I got to say, everybody in the media, every single person I've talked to in the media have been so extremely nice to me. It's unbelievable. Like every guy. And they've given me opportunities to chit chat and learn things. And some of them's joined us in this community. We're a fresh community. The fact that we've been doing this only for 5 months. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We're gaining every single day. And these guys are helping us out. Not only that, the YouTube community as well. Guys like Canucks Clay, Rev Trev, Russ, and all those guys helping out as well. Like, we're blessed to have such great involvement from everybody. So I got to shout that out. Hey, we still got to talk on Monday. Yes, I'm not working that day, which is going to be great. I can do another post-game show for sure on that game. And man, Talkit wants that one, Talk wants that game. So I think if we beat Talk, it would just great. And we're on a heater. Another thing to look at is we're on a heater, and the new guys are looking real good. They're even played with Petey. Yeah, the fact that we're doing this without Petey is pretty impressive, man. I think it's going to be insane. Yep. Unger is in the AHL, only 20, 21 years old, playing top line minutes with about 22 points in 26 games. Really interesting. Nice. Kevin, I think Durant spent so much time on stats, not on eye test. Who knows? Maybe we can get Drancer on the show. If you guys want Drancer on the show, I'll ask the guy, and I'm sure he'll come join us. I am almost 100% positive. I'll even bring up this question for you guys, and I can have Drancer on this show. I'll hit up Drance. I'll see if he wants to jump in, but I can almost guarantee you he'll want to come, because he did mention before. I said if he ever wanted to jump on, then he would come. So I'll get Drancer on if you guys want him on. A lot of people here love the guy. Some people are not a Trans fan, like Victoria, for example. So it's going to be interesting to see what his takes are on this. By the way, I just want to thank you guys so much for joining us on the post-game show. It was awesome to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. The next one probably is going to be an hour long. It's against Rick Tocchet. It's going to be a good back-and-forth game. Should be a lot of fun. I just want to say thanks, everybody, for continuing to support all the people that are subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs before the end of the season. It would be great if you guys jump in. Double J8 just came on Twitter here. It's nice to see the new and young players stepping up. No complaints with the effort. With the 4-game winning streak, Carlson, Ogren were arguably our 2 best players tonight. And that's what I'm saying, man. It's the young guys that are out there putting in the work, putting in the effort. This is what we need to see. This is what we need to see. And I'm very much impressed with these young guys, especially guys like Zeev just playing at such a high level already. Ogren has been such a pleasant surprise. And Rossi, even though tonight defensively could have used a bit of work, offensively, I think he's been good. He's been creating. He should have more than 1 point. I set up Besser on a tee for an empty netter the other night. Besser missed it, fortunately. But, yeah, man, the guys look good. I'll go head-to-head with Drads. All right, man. Unger is also described cerebral tactician, playmaker, and 2-work effective. There you go, man. So that's an interesting target. There's going to be a lot of young targets. And so look out for the video I have. By the way, look out for the video I have coming tomorrow morning. It's going to get into a lot of that stuff. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it, hopefully. All right? Thank you, guys. Take care. Much love to you. Go Canucks, go. We're on a heater. Keep the train rolling. Let's keep these games entertaining at the very least, win or lose. I think that's nice. Go Canucks, go. Adios, guys. Cheers.